Mutable Mesoderm mat movement. Welcome. Allowing the feet to spread, softening the knees, feeling the weight of your body. Coming to squeeze your biceps. Your triceps. Keeping the hands here and rotating. Rotating the other way and see how far you can turn. Repeating each side. Squeezing the quads. The hamstrings. The calf muscles. And then reaching through. Let the hands come onto the quads again and extend through the torso. Bend the knees, roll on, back up. So we have a flow for our muscles. We take the legs wide. We bend them. The arms come up. One more time. Then we lift the left heel. We let the left arm scoop under, the right over for a half goddess. We come out, the heel is down. We turn back the right leg and come into a triangle with the top arm relaxed over. Some people might be able to bind and take the hand onto the quads. Then left leg bends, the arm rests on top, and we try to twist and look up to the ceiling. We then turn towards the front leg. We're going to lace the fingers, clasp them behind, and just come down towards the front leg. Release the arms, come up, ready to flow again. Right heel lifts. We rest the same side arm down. We arc the other one over. Then we come out into a triangle, but we keep the top arm close to the body. It might come right round and find the quads. We're going to bend that front leg, rest the arm. Then we turn towards it. We're going to lace the fingers together, reach the arms behind. And then releasing. Returning to parallel and moving from the muscles to bones. We're starting with the collarbones. We're tapping here. Down the sternum. And then the lower rib bones at the sides. I'm going to bring the hands forward, lace the fingers except for the index fingers and thumbs. They're going to stay up over the head and a lateral bend. So you can really feel into the ribs. And then the other way. We come back to the center. I'm going to bring those arms down. And we have a tap to the knees. All the way down the shins. And the heel bones. Then roll on up. We have a reach. We raise the heels and swing. Reach, raise the heels and swing. Reach, raise the heels and swing. So our flow for the bones. We are taking the arms back. We are lifting the left heel. You can stay here, or you can bring the left foot under the knee or over the knee for our stalk. From here, the left leg comes back, but we're keeping the heel up. We're taking the left hand to the right knee. The other hand comes back for a twist. We return. We're going to lace the fingers together except for the index and the thumbs. And then we're coming up for a crescent lunge. The back foot comes down. And the hands come to the front shin. We lengthen through the torso. Bend knees. Come in. And roll on up. So I do the same on the other side. I'm going to take the arms back. And we're going to lift the right heel. We either stay here, or the foot comes below the knee or above. Have a little bend in the support leg. We take the leg back. We're keeping the heel up. The right Hand comes onto the left knee and we twist. We turn back. We lace the fingers except for the thumb and the index fingers. And we find our crescent lunge. We bring the arms down. We place the back leg down. We find our front shin. Lengthen. Bend the knees and come in. Roll back up. Returning to parallel. So our topic today is the Mesoderm. And there's lots of different aspects of it, lots of changes within it. It's the middle layer, so not the skin or the lining down into the lungs or down through the digestive tract, but it's really everything else between the inner and the outer. So muscles, and then we have the firm connective tissue, the bones, ligaments and tendons. And now we're coming to the liquid connective tissue. So we're going to just take the hands to the bones first at the neck. Imagine here the spinal cord inside the bones. And the spinal cord is surrounded by a fluid. We're going to let the knees soften. The tailbone is coming back and forward. And we're finding a little fluid rock. So within the spinal bones, the fluid and the spinal cord. Releasing the arms, still staying with a sense of fluidity. We have the qigong pushing the waves. So it doesn't matter which leg goes back. The next time we push forward, we then change over and repeat. We come now to a wide-ish position, not too wide, but greater than parallel. We're staying with a sense of fluidity. We're starting with our pelvis and we're figure of eighting it towards the left and then the right, the left and then the right. We continue and bring in the arms as well. Then we have a scoop down and a part of the clouds. Scoop down and a part of the clouds. Then we turn to the side. And the foot that's nearest the camera, we step there, and we push towards it and pull back. We push towards it, pull back, and return wide. So the other side, soften through the knees. We let the pelvis find a figure of 8 to the right. We bring in the arms as well. And we have that scoop down Part the clouds, scoop down, part the clouds. We step to the side, the leg nearest the camera steps down, and we push towards the camera, pull back. Push towards the camera, pull back, bring the leg in, returning to parallel. So we've moved through muscles, bones, and fluids for a sense of the middle layer, the mesoderm, in standing. So we're going to now travel down onto hands and knees. I will adjust my camera and I will meet you on the mat. So we're going to start with the muscles again. And we're going to bend the elbows. So we have the biceps and the triceps. The elbows are coming back towards the legs. And release again. And a third time. From here, we're curling the toes under. We're coming up to the downward facing dog. And we're bending one leg, then the other. Feeling through the muscles there. We come back down. We're going to do a similar thing in the dolphin. So lower arms down. We have the toes curled under. We lift up the knees as far as is comfortable. So it might be a little way, it might be a bigger way. And then we just walk the legs out. If this is too much, just lift the knees off the mat, bring them down and lift them up again and down. We'll come out of this, take a pause, and then back to hands and knees for a flow for the muscles. We're starting with the left leg. That leg is coming back, it's coming up, and then we're bending and lengthening. That leg then bends all the way through, so we find our pigeon. It's the back leg now that's going to bend. Find a comfortable position and then bend and lengthen a little. You could do it with a flexed foot, or it could be relaxed, or it could be pointed. We bring this leg down. We then roll a little bit onto the side of the front leg. The lengthened leg is going to come all the way round. We can keep it high like this and do a spinal twist, or we cross it over and do a spinal twist. Feel the spine growing up to the sky and down to the earth. We now release the top leg. It's all going to come all the way back round. So you return to the pigeon, and then you're going to bring that in. I will turn. So we then do it on the other side. So it will be the right leg this time. The right leg is going to lengthen out first. Then we're going to lift it up. So it's kind of in line with the body. And then we're going to bend and lengthen. Feel the movement in the muscles. Then that same leg bends through into the pigeon. When you're comfortable, adjust the back leg, let it bend, and then you're going to bend it a bit more and release. So it's not going right back down. It has this pulsy kind of movement. Could be pointed, could be flexed. Feeling into the muscles. Then that leg comes down. So your front leg, we're leaning a little bit towards it so that we can free the back leg to come round. It's going to stay possibly high like this, or it might be able to cross it over. So whichever one suits you, we bring the opposite arm around and twist. So feeling the spine growing up and down. Feeling your strength, but also your softness. Turning back. Top leg releases. So we come all the way around. So you're back on your hands and knees. So we're moving now to the bones. We're going to start with the right leg and the sense of the hip joint. We're going to circle leg 1, 2, and 3, and then back, and 2, and 3. We'll go the other side. So 1, 2, 3, back, 2, and 3. So let the toes come under, the arms come a bit wider. We're going to take the head down and just push now into the ground. So we're pushing the top of the head bones into the earth, feeling the firmness of bone. Then we'll push on out. We'll come back to the right leg. We'll push it back into the heel. So a few pulses here. That comes in. The other one, a few pushes. And that one comes in too. So we have a little flow here for a sense of bone. The hands come forwards. We take our weight there. Feel the weight dropping through the bones. Now we're going to try and bend the elbows. So we come down. We're not coming all the way down. So the head, the shoulders are still up. We're then pushing back through the hands. We're curling the toes under. We're pushing back. And we're bringing the hands in. From here, we're pushing into a forward fold. We're going to take hold of the elbows. The legs can be lengthened or they can be bent. We release there. Come back down and repeat. I will just turn so you can see it the other way around. So the hands are forwards. We're going to take the weight. We're going to bring that down. We're going to push back. The toes curl under. The hands come back. We push up into a standing forward fold. This time, if it's possible, we hold the elbows at the back of the legs. And we release. We come back down. We keep the toes under. We're going to take the left arm, it's coming up, it's coming back to the heel. The other arm is up, touching the heel. Still a sense of bone here. And then that comes up and down. And then it'll be the right one comes up, down to the heel. The left one up. And back to hands and knees. So we come into a sense of fluidity. So our middle layer is full of lots of different types of tissues. And even with the fluid, there's a difference between the blood, the lymph, the synovial, the cerebral spinal fluid. But from here, just finding for you what feels like fluid movement that can come through the torso. You can do it by shifting the weight of your body. And then we're going to take this into a flow. We start by arcing the back up and then down. We're going to arc it up and down. We're curling the toes. We're going to rock back and down, rock back and down. We have a wave up and a wave down, up and down. And hands there, release the toes, scooping under and another time. And then we can do it all again. So we are up and down, up and down. The toes come under, the hands back so we can rock here. Then we have sense of wave. And then scooping. We take a pause. And we're going to take this all the way down onto our fronts. Have the legs sort of parallel here. Rest the head and let the legs roll in and out. So massaging the muscles. Let that settle. So from the muscles, we're going to come into a sense of the bones. So we're going to now choose one leg. Doesn't matter which one. We're going to curl the toes under, lift up the knee, release down. We repeat a few times. Then from here, we're going to let this lower leg come up. We're back to the muscles now. We can have that bend. So I'm not coming all the way back down, but we're squeezing into the muscles. But we're staying with one leg. We're keeping the leg up now. I'm going to connect into the synovial fluid of the knee and let the lower leg circle. Let it circle the other way. Let the leg come down and compare how this leg feels in relationship to the other one that's been stationary. And then the other leg, we start with the bones. We curl the toes under, lift the kneecap off, release, and we do it a few more times. We let this leg now bend, and then we're squeezing the muscles to bring the foot closer to the gluteus muscles, and then back in a more vertical position. We pause this movement, and then we take this leg into some circling. This will massage the knee joint. As it starts to mobilize, synovial fluid will be released. Circle the other way. And then gently let that settle down. See how it feels in comparison to the other leg. Then we're resting the forehead on the hands, but you might just want to have a look before you do that. We're bringing the heels together. Once you've brought the heels together, we're just lifting both legs up. This will be quite strong in the leg muscles. So when you have a sense of it, try it a few times for yourself. When you've done 2 or 3, come to rest. And we'll come up to the low cobra position. We're going to let our tailbone just move up and down. So it creates a fluid movement through the spine. Remembering that we have a fluid around the spinal cord. Then we'll just take this from side to side. That's the fluidity. Allowing the waters to still. And then we will gather into a child position of our choice. So high, low, arms forwards or back. Once you're here, let the earth support you. Tune in to the back of the body. See if you can feel how it's moved by your breath. And the breath is fluid in its own way as the air comes in and out, creating waves through the body. If you're not aware of the breath, you could take an in-breath and allow an out-breath. Being aware of what's happening through the back of the rib cage. Allowing this breath awareness to ebb away. And then slowly making yourself come to a sitting position. So the legs can be however you want at the moment. And we're actually coming sort of back to the beginning. We're going to come to touch the biceps muscles, feeling the texture, the temperature, how they're feeling. And then taking that into the triceps. From here, we find the rotations again. So one way, and then the other. Repeating. I'm going to let the legs bend now. So starting with the quads, we have a squeeze here. And the hands at the back. Now, if you flex your feet, if I come back a little bit, there we go. Just see if that will help you to feel into the calf muscles. And right at the bottom of the calf muscles, you have the Achilles tendon. So this is part of the firm connective tissue, whereas the calves are obviously muscle. And then we're going to let the legs lengthen and find a forward fold. Feel into the backs of the legs. What's happening with the muscles there? You also might feel the abdominal muscles being compressed here. I'm going to roll back up and explore a flow. So I have the legs bent, so I've just turned around because it's easier to see this way. I'm going to take the arms out and we're flexing the feet. We're then just sucking the abdominals in, leaning back a bit and returning. Again. And then for the third time. When you return, the feet come down, the hands come back, the feet might need to come in a little bit. We lift up through the torso. We either stay here or we push on up. We'll need the triceps, the biceps, the calves, and we have that reverse table. Then we're coming down. We're lowering now into a modified fish. We have that lift up. If it's available, we're taking the right leg and the foot's either coming below the knee or above the knee. The foot flexes and the knee pushes forwards or towards the other knee. So you could stay here or you could take the other foot off. You could even lengthen it up. So a few options. Then we'll graduate out of it. We let one of the legs lengthen so we can kind of bring ourselves up comfortably and ready to go again. I will swivel round for the other side. Arms out, feet flexed and sucking down and back. And then we're going to bring the feet down, the hands down, legs in a little bit, lifting up through the torso. And you might stay here. You'll need the triceps and the biceps to stay here. You might want to take the pelvis off a little bit, or you might come right up. And then we come all the way back down. We're going to go into the modified fish. We have that lift up there. So it will be the left foot, either under the knee or over the knee. Foot is flexed, the knee is out, it pushes down towards the other knee. You could stay here. You could take the other foot off in a kind of angle, or you could straighten it all the way up. And then we bring that leg down. The other one we could now lengthen a little bit just to help and counterbalance our journey up. From here, we're coming now to bones, and we're finding our extended butterfly. We are taking the left hand down. The right arm is coming up, but we're going to actually lift off the right hip bone. And then we go the other way. So we have a rock through the sit bones and a lateral bend at the same time. And then we're going to take the hands behind. For this flow, the legs are coming wider than parallel. And we come to the left first. Then we come to the right. We come to the left and we stay. The back arm is going to be our support. The front one comes through. You can stay here or you can lift up. We're coming back down. We're returning to the sit bones. We're taking our hands either underneath our knees and staying there, or it could be at our feet. Whether it's knees or feet, we then open up. We're going to bring that up to the boat. We bend them back into the butterfly. We're going to take the hands behind and towards the left, we bring the right knee. We open up, we go the other way. And then one more time to the left. And we're going to start again. So we widen to the right this time. So it might be possible to get both knees down, it might not. We have a back hand to support. We have a front arm coming through. We might stay here or we might lift up. And we come back down. We find our sitting bones. The hands can come underneath the knees. You might feel the tendons there. The hands could also come somewhere on the feet, whichever one you choose. Just come to open up the legs. Then see if you can bring them towards each other for the boat. Then we'll bring them down into the butterfly. The hands will come back and we take the left knee to the right to the left, and then the left to the right, and return. We're back to the extended butterfly for our sense of liquid connective tissue. So the middle layer, muscle connective tissue. The connective tissue is either firm with the bone, the tendons and ligaments, or it's liquid with blood and lymph and cerebral spinal fluid and synovial fluid. So liquid one. We have a sense of circling up and over. Then we have a sense of scooping through and up. We take a pause. Then the left leg is going to come in front of the right. It could be up higher, it could be lower. We are turning towards that left leg, the hands down. Again, we're going to kind of arc up and over a few times. And then we scoop. We're letting the right leg now lengthen. We're finding a wave of our arms over towards it, away, back over towards, and again, we have this kind of circling up and over, and the other way, scooping down and up. From here, we're opening the bent legs, so we have the fan, and we're going to scoop under and then go the other way. So you have one scoop under and then one lift up and over. One scoop under, one lift up and over. And then we get ready to do it all again on the other side. So we are with the right leg in front. We twist towards it. We are going to arc up and down in a circle. Then we will scoop down and up, creating a circle. We are taking the left leg out this time, and we are finding our waves. So we come over to this one. Again, I'm going to scoop first this time, unless you want to go the other way first. And then the other way is to arc. We lengthen out. So we'll scoop one way and then we'll arc the other way. We scoop one way, arc the other way, scoop, and then arc up and over. From here we then lengthen, relax in our fold, which could be quite high up. It could be elbows. And we push through the hands. We're going to take both legs to the right. They're going to stay straight. And then we're going to just come down onto that side. Here. So a little bit different on side today with the legs both being straight. We're going to take the top one. I'm going to flex it at the foot up and down. Pause. Then we take it up. We're going to take the underneath leg. It's going to come up and down. We pause. Then we're flexing both feet and we're letting both feet come up and down, up, down, up and down. You relax there. And then the final one, we're doing exactly the same as we just did, but we're lifting up the lower side of the body and the head. So we're coming up and down, up and down, up and down. Ah. Now we'll bend the legs. We're going to take the hand to the shoulder. We're going to extend it. We're going to turn. So feel into the bone here. We'll travel from muscle to bone. I'm going to bring that hand back down. And we're going to try and draw the elbow right back to the floor behind us. Return. Behind us. Return. Behind us. And return. Then the hand comes down and we try to find some sense of fluidity within our torso, whatever that means to you. How can you find a sense of water or wave? Then we're going to extend this into the upper limbs and just see how they might find some watery movements. Let that soften down. We'll slide up to the semi-sitting position and have a little rock here and bring in that fluidness again of the torso. You'll find that that will ripple down through the limbs as well. Settle. And then the legs to the left, so we can do it all on the other side. So as we come down, keeping the legs straight. And preferably in line with the hips. So we're going to start with that top leg. Flexing foot up and down. So I've just done 3 because we're doing quite a bit here. We take a pause, then we take it up. And then we're going to take the other leg up to meet it. 1, 2, and 3. Let them both settle a moment. Then flex both of them up. 1, 2, 3. Let that settle. And then it's going to be both up again, but we're going to draw up the head and the arm too. So 1, 2, and 3. So definitely need muscle for that. So the muscles will be moving your bones. I'm going to bend knees. Hand up here, see if you can feel bone. Elbow up, elbows are very bony. And then we're taking the elbows far back as we can. And return. So one more. I'm going to let the arm then lengthen, have a little bit of a rotate from the shoulder. And then the arm is coming down. We're finding some sense of fluidity in our torso. How can we give it a water quality? And then will this be able to grow into the limbs? Settle. We will come from here to our semi sitting again. Have a rock. Perhaps find some more fluidity here. And then from a still place, we'll make the transition into our final sitting position. Whatever that is, however that wants to be. And we let the spine grow up to the sky, down to the earth. And just see if in this position we can be fluid as well as growing up and down. So liquid connective tissue. And then we're going to bring this to a still place. Feel the power of the bony spine, the firm connective tissue. And we're going to bend the arms, just squeezing up and down a few times, the sense of muscle. And we're going to bring the palms together to the heart. Just push the hands together. Sense of bone here. As the bones of each hand meet each other. And then we'll close the eyes. Tune into the inner sensations where you feel comfortable, where you might feel less comfortable. Twitches, tingles, the sensations of your inner world. Your outer boundary, your skin. How is this meeting the air around you? Are you aware of sounds either outside your room or inside? And softly opening the eyes to light, to color, to texture, to shape. And thank you once again. So, taking whatever you need to reacclimatize to a more everyday situation. You might want some self-touch, you might want some movement, you might even need a little nap. But I'm now thanking you very, very much for joining me for Mutable, which means change, Mesoderm. So this middle layer is full of lots of different types of tissues that are shifting and changing and allowing us to be the wonderful people that we are.